trialogue coming your way is on a very vast topic in itself. It's about the future of marketing in India. But we're trying to concise it specifically as we focus on role of personalization and data-driven marketing in enhancing customer engagement. Now, joining us, I'd like to please invite our amazing three speakers here. First up, to spearhead the session, we have with us none other than Srikanth Bureddy, co-founder Whistlefield. Joining him, we have with us Gaurav Verma, Vice President Games 24/7, and Srikrishna Moorthy, Executive Vice President, Kotak Mahindra Bank. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a trialogue, and let me also be kind of sure that we all have adequate energy for this session. So let's have an energetic round of applause. That'll be our cue to hand it over to Srikanth, who's a very energetic speaker himself. Over to you then.
Thank you. Hello. Hi everyone. Good to see you all. मैं तो IMA को बोलते रहता हूँ, भैया please give me before lunch the session. Lunch के बाद तो कोई रहेगा नहीं. So I always get lucky to get the session before lunch. So I'm Srikanth. I'm co-founder of Whistlefield and Value Leaf and Buddy Loan and multiple companies. So for me, the marketing is a very interesting subject because I see that marketing is, if it is marketing is right, 99% of the company's future is always going to be good. The people who are all here, I'm sure you are adding a lot of value towards your companies and making that company reach their goals. So one of the interesting topic which we thought about the future of marketing in India. When I got this topic, I thought, यार ये topic को justify करने वाला कौन हो सकता है? आज का दिन there are three type of categories which I see. One is e-commerce, the second is BFSI, and the third is gaming industry. These three are kind of aggressive since lockdown, at least for me, in terms of marketing or enabling the new features in their marketing and adapting the new things, global things in the marketing. So I got lucky two panelists here. One is from BFSI, Srikrishna, and one is Gaurav from gaming industry. So hi, both of you.
Hi, thanks, Srikanth.
Yeah, yes, sir. Shri Krishna, I'll call you Krishna.
Yeah,
I
sure,
always call you
sure.
Krishna. So tell me something that in your career, I think you must be 15, 20 years into marketing?
Yeah, little more.
Little more, okay. So everyone knows that his age now. So in 15, 20 years, tell me that one or two things which you picked up and which is most of the marketers are missing it.
I think it is not that everything is a straight line, right? So it has got every element of it, right? It may be, what is the communication it goes to the consumer? How sharp it is? What is the segment exactly it goes to it? Many times one communication fit for all, right? So broadly it may not work. Maybe it may be a mass also. Then is it a male, female, which category of, which age, which market, which city? Is it the consumer is a English speaking or a vernacular? So multiple things, but broadly I can say that if it is so sharp in the communication as well as your landing page, your how long your journey is, how soft, how crisp your journey is, what sort of the consumer, because right now there are multiple distractions, right? You get so many interfaces, so many calls you get across. Then one guy, he may take 2 minutes also, then there is always a remarketing behind that is required, right? So I think more about the sharper communication, your interface, your digital ecosystem, digital stack, all put together you have to do, because many times we have seen the marketers, some pieces they miss out, right? It can be as simple as, why we should do remarketing, right? So that sort of a thing, we have to keep on doing it. There is, for everything, there is a science behind that. If you can crack it, it'll be superb. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So Gaurav, can you tell that, reaching at your position in one of the industry category and one of the biggest company in India today of gaming, that you reached at this level. What are the two things which you did and which is missing in the most of the marketers?
Well, I can answer what two things I miss right now rather than answering what people are missing. But I think in general, one thing which I have seen is, see, marketing is very dynamic. Like something which was not there yesterday, today is the catchphrase, and something which was there yesterday, today is obsolete. So one thing which I feel like a lot of people not put too much focus on is the humility you need in marketing, that everything is keep changing. So you just need to keep relearning. No matter how many years you spend in marketing, every day at least I feel like this is my first day, and that. Matlab, it may sound like a cliche, but that's one thing which I'm telling you. Like it just keep evolving, and you have to just be on top of it. The rest, I feel like there are smarter people than me, in the market. So.
ओके सी मेरे को क्या लगता है ना बहुत लोगों को डिजिटल मार्केटिंग एंड मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल दे मिस द मार्केटिंग इन द डिजिटल स्पेस आपको ऐसा लगता है ऑलवेज आई फील दैट आई वाज आल्सो CMO आई वर्कड थ्रू आउट माई लाइफ एज अ मार्केटिंग एंड प्रोडक्ट एंड द फाउंडर एंड able to do some 800 crores revenue companies now. What we do is that in the top of the, I always feel that marketing is the hero. Under the marketing, everything falls. Like digital ho, data ho, analysis ho, everything. But marketing is on the top, creative, branding, whatever you do. But I feel that in the digital space, is marketing is used enough? Or because people marketing को छोड़ देता है और digital करने लग जाता है. But are you using that marketing tool in your digital space?
I think every marketers try to do that, right? It is not that somebody want to leave it or something. Maybe what part of the budget, what they get, or part of the ecosystem, what is your vision as a brand to move up the ladder? I think these three things sets the context to take to the next level.
Yeah. So, Gaurav, I think today the data has become one of the important role in the digital marketing space or in the marketing space. And you look at the data and you take the actions. So, can you tell me how you look at the data for your decisions, for next decisions or future planning?
See, like data is at the center of, in some way, every decision we are making. Like starting with, what ad to show to which customer. That personalization is happening through whatever data we have collected till now. On what channel we are, hitting that user. Now comes the question of what kind of a CPA can I operate in on X channel. Let's say on Facebook it might be X, but on Google it may be Y. Now it's a function of, again, the data I have captured from that source in terms of LTVs I get from that users. And it just keeps going on. Like imagine like, a user who comes to our platform. By the time a user comes to our platform, he would have clicked on an ad, type of ad, offer or something else. He would have taken some device, be it Android, iOS, the price of the device. We may have some information about how much time he took to register. So just at every single point, you're collecting data. Based on that, let's say if someone comes to my platform and so our platform, you have to add money to play game, which is like a wallet. So when you click on the add cash button, at that point of time, I have a good sense whether the conversion probability of this customer is low or high. Now again, this data is used to offer the kind of deal we should. Like for a customer whose conversion probability is very high, I can give a very standard offer. But for someone who I know is very low conversion probability and maybe this guy will never visit this page again, you really want to make sure that you capitalize on that user there and then. And again, that's how, so again, data will be used at each and every point. It's just about like which all places and how well you're thinking about using it. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So the data is kind of it's like a girlfriend for the marketing, like वो छोड़ेगा नहीं, आपके साथ ही रहेगा. So सुबह उठते उठते data के बारे में बात करते रहो. You start with the data, then maybe you end with something else, but data is always there with 12-15 hours of your marketing life in a day. So can you explain me, Srikrishna, that or everyone that how you implemented the CDP, the customer data platform, or how you look at it? How you kind of monitor, you look at your data?
Sure. So CDP is one of the most important, ecosystem. It is required. So 2.5 years back, we put a lot of light to that, and we said we need to go, everyone has a data lake in their org, right? But that data lake will not tell you what is to be done, how to activate all that. You require an interface where you have to activate the campaigns, channels, you know. So until unless you don't, and there are like off-the-shelf platforms are available, may not be working for us because data is in some cloud and other stuff. As a BFSI, we may not be okay to do that. So we built a custom CDP which will help us to drive the cross sell or activations and engagement to a personalization mode, right? Nowhere the personalization is is a luxury previously, right? Now it is not luxury; it's a mandate. If I don't engage Srikanth, he will move to a different bank, right? So we have made it sure that the CDP, and CDP is not like day one or month one or a year one. It has to be progressive, right? The data is changing, the ecosystem is changing, the segment is changing, right? So we build that in a way that it becomes little more better, segmented, and so that we can, on top of it, to the ecosystem can move to any channel as per what we want. And we have deployed AAML on top of that, so that the consumer, what they are doing, what will they do, because the scoring also need to be updated always. Otherwise, one time done, it will not work like that. You have to keep on, investing time and.
Sir, sorry to cut you there. आप इतना सारे बोल रहे हैं. आई थिंक मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल पहली बार सुन रहा होगा. मैं भी थोड़ा बहुत तो पहली बार सुन रहा हूँ. हाउ यू मैनेज टू कन्विंस योर बॉस ये सब करना है बोल के? इसमें पैसा लगता है, मैन पावर लगता है, एवरीथिंग इज इन्वॉल्व.
Trade secret.
One of the biggest challenge for marketing guys is how to make his boss, which is already pre-decided what he wants to do, and convince him.
Hey, that's what's your vision, right? So what the org structure says and what is your vision, if you get together, I think I'm sure that will be helpful. Maybe there will be always a tough questions, all that, what will be happening year 1, year 2, year 3, what is the, see, every organization looks for the ROI, right? So if you can just make sure that is coming across in a very decent and disciplined way, I think sure everyone will agree to that.
Nice. So मेरे को पूछते हैं लोग कितना साल का एक्सपीरियंस है आपका मार्केटिंग में? So the way I explain about my experience is that my ads creative get approved from bedroom to boardroom. That much experience I have. Means my boss used to approve the creatives from his bedroom, that because his wife should see that and wife should tell this is good or bad. From that, the marketing is improved today that can be approved within the boardroom. No need to go and ask his wife or his husband, yaar ye creative kaisa hai, pink color acha hai, blue color acha hai, वगैरह. Why I am saying this, one day I have to do an article on a diabetic. A website है, website का XS font है, XS, everything is normal. एक डायबिटिक डे आ रहा है, आर्टिकल पब्लिश करना है, देन वी वांट टू प्रमोट दैट ऑन द वेबसाइट. मैं जब आर्टिकल डाल के उसका फॉन्ट को 3 साइजेस 1x बढ़ा दिया, इफ इट इज ए 12 है तो 15-16 कर दिया, डाल दे तो मेरा शाम को उसका बीवी देखता है एंड मेरा बॉस देखता है, बॉस मीन्स तो ओनर ऑफ द कंपनी देखता है, यार ये क्यों अलग साइज का है. मैं बोलते हैं डायबिटिक का जो फर्स्ट प्रॉब्लम है, आंख नहीं दिखता, दे कांट सी, आई साइट का प्रॉब्लम होता है. आपको मार्केटिंग करना है जो अच्छा दिखाना है आपको सही. इफ यू वांट द यूजर्स टू रीड, सो द डेप्थ ऑफ द मार्केटिंग कैन बी सो मच. सो आई मेक श्योर दैट फॉन्ट इज एट 16 and it is in the bold, it is in the color. If people read in the night, this is the color will appear, because we want people to read. And the bouncer and everyone is super good. I'm talking about 12 years back story. That day I learned the depth of the marketing doesn't lie at what kind of creative you do, how useful that creative can be, how useful the font can be for the reader. This is what is to happen. Now how many people know about AI pin here? How many people know about AI pin? Oh, okay. How many people know that there's a company called Humane? Okay, very nice. So, ये तो problem है. $650 में बिक्री हो रहा है product. It is a AI driven product है, US में है. And this kind of product marketing people को पहले पता होना चाहिए. There is a lack of education or the exposure in the Indian marketing. I always feel this. Because जब मैं US market में जाता हूँ, one corner to other corner, it takes 6 hours to 7 hours flight. The lowest of the employee, like who is at assistant marketing or assistant marketing level, the seniors give permission for them to please go and attend the expo because the education is much important for them. In India, I feel that marketing education है थोड़ा गड़बड़ चल रहा है. I mean, हम approval नहीं देते. There is so much of labor work which is there in office. ये reports बनाओ, वो reports बनाओ, किधर मत जाओ, शाम को ये है. But that liberty is much higher there. So in this process, Gaurav, I want to ask you. Now there is a AR, VR, and AI. These are which are the top subjects in. It is आप अकेले तो नहीं कर पाएंगे because you need a team involvement. आपका ऊपर वाला, आपका नीचे वाला सबको करना है. And further, a lot of knowledge is required to the people. So what is your take on this AR, VR, and AI on marketing? How are you going to kind of 360 degrees use it?
So it's these three terms are really big and they're really wide. So let's just keep them AR separate, VR separate, AI separate for 1 second. AI is something I think it's just become a catchphrase right now, but we all have been using it in some way or another for last a good amount of time. Like all your ads on Google, Facebook are optimized by AI. Your music on Spotify is being handled by AI. So AI is nothing new. I just feel like it's becoming more powerful. People are more aware, and the consumption is happening more. Same for us. Like on our website right now, all the personalization is happening through machine models, which has been done for quite some time. But coming to the other side, which is AR and VR. Now they are two very, very different. May sound similar, but very, very different. In one being augmented reality and virtual reality. So augmented reality is one thing where brands have actually started using it right now. Like even this year, it's expected like almost $160 billion gonna be spent on just AR ads. And if you see, I don't know how many people play Roblox or Fortnite, these games, like big brands like Nike, Gucci and all, they have started, engaging customers through those games, creating their virtual stores, and people can actually buy stuff. Even myself, right? Yesterday I was trying to buy a TV. The first thing you want to see is how the TV is going to look when you place it in your bedroom or in your hall. Imagine at the same time if someone can throw me an ad, which is not happening right now. So I feel like AR is not just from an experience perspective, like people would, even for sunglasses, people want to try it out today. So how you purchase a product will have a step which AR is involved, and that's where more inventories will also open where you as marketer can capitalize on. For being more specific now to your question, but I just want to just cover slightly the broader way, but being more specific to your question about how we plan to use it. So for us, it's a more, a natural marriage in terms of gaming. So I'm just going to give an example, which is something which we are trying to work on, So one of our games is a fantasy game. In fantasy game, what you do is you make a team. You select 11 players, you make that team, you watch the match. If the players perform well, you get better score and you get better rank and hence a bigger prize. Now the engagement as of now is you watch the match, you come to the app maybe 1 or 2 times to see the score. Now imagine the same thing in a VR world. You're sitting, you're watching the match, but the match you're watching, maybe you're using your, let's say Apple Pro Vision glasses. You're watching this match. Now your team is also linked. So when the players are playing, you can actually see your score moving up and down. The level of engagement is just going to be different. And now just imagine the same way, you can see people sitting in the stadium who also have created teams on our platform. And you can see the leaderboard live. So that's how we see more like a natural integration towards our game, how to give a better experience. But yeah, like that's something which is more like a work in progress and something can only be implemented once this become more mainstream in terms of the prices of devices and people having those infrastructure.
Okay, great. I want to ask a little more your work question. What is the team size you handle, Gaurav? What is the total number of people works under you?
Like we definitely have a big marketing team, so it's like 160, 170 people.
160 people. It is amazing. This can happen only with the people like him who believe in marketing and who kind of convince the top to bottom the system that marketing is important. It just can't happen without people. People is required, talent is required, then only it can happen. Krishna, can I ask you how many people works?
20 people.
20 people which is working on. And why so much difference?
I'm just talking about only digital. Only digital, right? And many things we use as an extended partners, we use more because, as a bank, we can't, because we have to upskill and other stuff. What we can do, we do that. But broadly, we have a lot of people who is, pro in that. So we pick up extended arm.
You're talking entire marketing. Okay, that I think your marketing, branding, and again, it will come up to that space. So can you tell me that, this again coming back to this girlfriend story of the data, there is a lot of personalized data and there's so much which is going, too much talks happens about this personalized data. हर दिन में एक 15 मिनट का सब्जेक्ट तो ये होता है बात करने के लिए. You have to say something on this?
So personalization itself is a very, it was previously people used to say hey, personalization, it's a luxury sort of a bit, right? It is no more personalization is a more luxury bit. It's more about, how precise you can go to this consumer, how sharply you can communicate to this consumer, how you can engage this consumer back. Let's say hypothetically a customer came to a, mobile banking app and he want to book an FD and he moved out. Why he moved out? No idea. Maybe interest rate, maybe there is no offer, somebody is giving better offer, maybe the UI UX, or he didn't understand what it is. So we need to look at every point and say every communication, why he moved out and what he was doing. Probably he's looking at the RD rate. So we should have the cohort, what he is doing, and then accordingly the personalization should happen there. If he is looking for an offer, or we should look at giving an offer. If it is looking for something else, then we should say, should I call back? Should we have a chat bot? So I think these are the various ways to go and, attach the consumer so that we also understand that is it right, wrong, right?
So whenever I see these two companies, one is Gaurav Games 24/7 or Srikrishna Kotak 811, that the kind of marketing they drive, I compare these two, especially marketing team, not companies, because I personally spoke to Booking.com and Walmart in US and Booking.com Amsterdam. The exactly kind of the marketing focus what they have, and you both companies and you both departments are handling. I always feel proud that the managers, the leaders of the marketing, how they want to kind of structure the teams and architecture the entire system, which is kind of enables the entire market. Because I personally work with them, so I understand that. And I personally look at US market, lot of companies. And how many people, I don't know, that Facebook runs the campaigns for acquisitions. Like usko bhi acquisition chahiye. And there is a big team which sits in San Francisco, California. And they chase people, they travel to the events, they go and meet the agencies. The particular team, please, I need acquisitions. They ask, they pay each country $6, $10, $5, $1 kind of money. So the kind of marketing teams which work, it's an amazing thing. So can we take one question, ma'am? Ek sawal. Ek question, please. Chalo. Anyone want to ask any question? No? Chalo. Good. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm going to request all the three of you to please come together for a group photograph. So we'll just request all of you to kindly step forward for a group photograph. And I'm also going to urge our members of the audience, during the lunch break, of course, you can connect with all our three speakers, all the other speakers as well, in case of any further queries, any questions. And that being said, once again, we'd also like to take the opportunity on behalf of Route Mobile to please present these wonderful gifts as a token of appreciation for our speakers. I'm just going to request our speakers to please receive these wonderful gifts on behalf of our platinum partner, Route Mobile. And thank you so much for your time. Thank you again for joining us.